Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy CB, aka the Rude Educator, and this the one I've been waiting on. So I know y'all been waiting on it too. It's the NBA preview for the 2021-2022 season. What can I say? I am a basketball fan, and when it comes to basketball, it don't get no better than the NBA. Now, I know there's people that watch the college game and enjoy that. And I ain't here to knock y'all. But at the same time, I'm about to give y'all what I feel are the top 5 players and the top 5 teams to watch this season. Starting off with the players, and the number 1 is your man Klay Thompson. Now, Klay Thompson been off for a couple of years, right? And there's some questions about if he able to come back and perform like he was before. He was, to me, the most aggressive of the two Splash Brothers, because Klay would come and really change the game when he's playing. So without him being there for the last couple of years, the Warriors had to find a new identity, which kind of focused on Steph. But Klay is that kind of player that come in and change everything. So that's what I'm looking for him to do this year. And if they can do that, I feel like that they can contend with the Lakers even. And so the only variable is the new players that they got on the roster, and some, including the rookies. And I'll get into more of that because the Warriors is one of the top 5 teams to watch as well. And it's mostly because of Klay. Number 2, LaMelo Ball for the Charlotte Hornets. Now, LaMelo's the Rookie of the Year last year, and he's balling out of control, no doubt. The only problem is he doesn't have much of a team to play with. Now, they did just pick up his brother, D'Angelo, so having them together in Charlotte may help a little bit. We don't know. We'll see about that. But there's barely any support for them down in Charlotte. And, it could be that LaMelo is just a spectacle of his own and that the team may suffer because of that lack of support. But we'll just have to watch the season and see, right? Number 3 on my list is Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook was part of a crazy trade last season to go to the Wizards, which involved John Wall going to Houston. This year, it's a little bit even crazier because they sent some people to Washington for him to go to the Lakers. And now he's part of the newest iteration of a LeBron James super team. So, since they already had LeBron and Anthony Davis there, they won the championship, not last year, but the year before that in the bubble. So now Russell Westbrook is kind of that X factor, and it'll be interesting to see how those things turn out. So make sure you keep an eye on them. I'm sure you will. Number 4 is Trae Young. Now, Trae Young, he did something spectacular because in only 3 years being in the league, he took his team, the Atlanta Hawks, from not playing in the playoffs at all to the conference finals. And they even took out powerhouse teams like the Philadelphia 76ers along the way. Now, they didn't win the championship, but I think seeing the team improve that much over that little bit of time says a lot about this young man, Trae Young. He's one of the most effective point guards in the league, and he had 160 assists to dunks, which is 34 more than any other player. So you definitely got to keep an eye on Trae. He is one of the ones that everybody will be watching this year. And number 5, speaking of everybody watching, number 5 is Kyrie Irving. Now, you may have your opinion about what he's doing right now, but what you cannot deny is everybody got their eye on him. Everybody's watching. Will he get the vaccination? Will he not get the vaccination? Will he retire from the league, or will he do something else? We don't know. That's why everybody's kind of watching that situation to see what happens to it. And I'm one of those people. So we'll see what's going on. Now, my favorite part, the top 5 teams to watch this year's NBA season. The number 1 on my list, the Chicago Bulls. Now, the Bulls made a big splash this offseason, not only adding Lonzo Ball from the New Orleans Pelicans, they went and got your boy DeMar DeRozan from the San Antonio Spurs. So added with Zach LaVine, they got a powerhouse team. In fact, they are the second most changed team this year. And the first is the Los Angeles Lakers. So the Bulls are in pretty good company so far as getting that roster changed up. They added some big pieces with DeRozan and Ball. And they already had Nikolai Vucevic and Patrick Williams, along with Zach LaVine, who did shoot over 50% from the field and over 40% from three-point, one of only 6 players to do that. And Vucevic would have been the 7th player, but he only shot 39.5% from 3. So you definitely got to keep your eye on the Bulls because they're going to be balling this year. Number 2 on my list, the Golden State Warriors. And it's not all about Klay, because keep in mind, they picked up James Wiseman last year, and then this year, they picked up a couple of good rookies in Jordan Poole and Moses Moody. So add that with Andrew Wiggins, who they got coming along pretty well. So they now the Warriors, they got their core veterans, and then they got these young players that's doing pretty good. So you still got to keep your eye on the Warriors. They may be sneaky good this year. The Knicks are number 3 on my list. And the Knicks are a very different place than they were a few years ago. They picked up Tom Thibodeau. They picked up Derrick Rose. And now they done picked up Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. They also got R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle, who really showed out last year and got them into the playoffs. So I don't know how y'all might feel about the Knicks. Knicks is one of those storied franchises that's kind of been on the slide last, few years. So it's good to see them back. It's good for the league when the Knicks are doing well. So I'm looking forward to that. Number 4 on the list is another one of those storied franchises in the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, everybody's been talking about the Lakers this summer because they got Westbrook, and of course they got LeBron and Anthony Davis coming back. They got Dwight Howard coming back. They got DeAndre Jordan. They got Rondo back. So the Lakers is definitely a team that you're going to have to deal with. Now, they didn't win in the preseason, but as LeBron said, that really don't mean anything. They really expect them to come out day one, balling their ass off as usual. Don't sleep on the Lakers, please. Rounding off my list at number 5 is the Miami Heat. Now, Miami, last year, they didn't do too hot. They lost in the bubble finals against the Lakers. And last year, they lost in the first round. So, they really ready for things to go back to normal more than anybody else. Now, they did pick up a couple of champions in the offseason, and Kyle Lowry and PJ Tucker. So, let's see if that can motivate stars Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo to take it up a notch and go further in the playoffs this year. I got my own. I hope you do too. So, that's the end of my list. Who you got on yours? I love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments. Shout me out. Who you looking for? Who they play for? It's the NBA. It starts tomorrow. I cannot wait. Hey, my name is CB. You know the deal. AKA the Rude Educator. Holler at me on Twitter. Holler at me on Instagram. We're going to enjoy this NBA season to the fullest. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. Come on. Yeah.